Nice pretty red right here. Sight fishing again. Optimal conditions for it. Hasn't been a great year, hadn't been a great couple years. You saw one of our last episodes. We had a pretty good day, caught our limit of reds. Today, they're being a little bit spookier. I downsized to our Matrix Swim Shad. This is a very low profile bait. I'm using that same weedless hook that we use on the craws. Looking for these golden bronze beauties like this right here. And let's see if we can get a couple of these. We're not seeing hundreds of them. This ain't gonna be fast and furious, but if we can get 2, 3, 4 of them, 4 is the new limit in Louisiana. If we can get that, we'll be thrilled. And I'm gonna just show y'all just how clean this water is and go over different types of grass that we're looking at. Now, whenever you're sight fishing out here, there's 3 types of grass. Oh, there's multiple types of grass, but 3 main ones that we see. We got like a coontail grass, I believe is what it is. It's where it's like kind of a thicker piece and it comes up. It kind of looks like miniature skinny Christmas trees and they come up. Redfish like that. They have snot grass like I have in the background right here. That snot grass comes and forms like islands to where it looks like it's land sitting on top of the water, and you want that stuff neon green. This is relatively green. I find the snot grass holds the cleanest water, and you'll also get some more of like a saltier grass. We call it flat grass or eel grass. That just looks like the bladed grass in your backyard. All these types of grass is the key to sight fishing reds. Is the grass is what makes everything clear, the water to where you can see to the bottom. And what you want to be seeing is a lot of crabs. We've been seeing crabs in the water. That's very important. You always want to be seeing some garfish, sheephead, stingrays are very important. And when you're seeing these things, redfish are just naturally going to be around those other species too. So when you find that right stuff, keep your eyes peeled, put some good polarized sunglasses on like these Matrix mirrors, tie you on a Matrix Swim Shad, and get to work. Look, there he is right there. There he is, just sitting on the bottom. So I made multiple casts here. The first cast, he kind of spooked on me. And the second cast, he jumped all over. This fish was confused on whether or not he wanted to eat, but nevertheless, the swim shad, he decided, oh, let me get this out. This fish wasn't coming off. Ooh, might have to get the pliers. These are our Matrix pliers you can find on our website. These things are extremely durable. They just sit in my boat. All my friends that know me know how hard I am on equipment. They just sit in here, and they've been in here almost all year. Still work like a gym. That swim shad, which you rig it weedless. And I'll go over that as I gotta fix that one up. It's deadly for when you're in some grassy ponds, fishing these smaller reds, you know, these 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 inches. Everybody loves the crawl. I love the crawl. But that swim shad's a bad dude when it's these smaller reds floating the ponds. All right, with this swim shad, you rig it just like the crawl. You corkscrew the head of the lure into there. And then there's a belly slit on the belly. You put that weedless hook. You can use a 3/0 or a 4/0. This is just our 4/0 crawfish hook that we use. And you can leave it exposed like that, or you can hide that tip of that hook, whatever you want, depending on how grassy it is. And them redfish love this thing. It swims just like a Matrix, except for you want something with the belly slit where you can rig it weedless when you're fishing these grassy ponds. Let's get another one of them puppies. All right, while I tie on the new Matrix Swim Shad, discuss another great thing to do in the summertime besides sight fishing these reds. Now, these redfish is one of my favorite things to do in the heat of the summer, as daytime trout fishing can get relatively hard. But what does excel in the middle of the summer for speckled trout is night fishing, and we do a lot of that behind our house. It's a great way to get the kids, you know, interested in fishing, as you get a lot of bites. Now in the dead of the summer, we don't catch a lot of keepers of speckled trout, but we do catch a lot of fish, and low profile baits are the key, like our Matrix Mini. So check out these clips here, and it shows you just how effective the smaller baits are with these smaller trout, and they'll get bigger as temperatures cool. All right, you want to talk about one of the best night fishing baits that we have here at matrixshad.com? The old Matrix Mini on one of our lighter jig heads, the 1/32 or the 1/16, or if you want to let it go to the bottom, the 1/8. We specially made these hooks to fit the Matrix Mini perfectly. Now right now we're catching mostly throwback trout, but as the summer progresses into getting in the early fall, they'll get bigger and bigger. And what they like to feed on this time of year is very small shrimp and very small minnows. So that's what you want to mimic, is very, very small baits. That's why the Mini is such a great night fishing bait. It's great to put on just a little push button for the kids, or a little mini spin like I'm using right now. Kids could sit out fishing. The great way to get kids started on fishing is at night, because the action is pretty much one after the other most of the time. And even though it might not always be keeper fish, it's a lot of them. And every once in a while you'll get a keeper, especially as the temperatures get a little colder. It seems like bigger trout come back into the areas. Or you can go out in Lake Pontchartrain and you'll have a shot at bigger trout, bigger than like these that we're catching right here. You know, typically in the middle of the summer we get these, when we first get our first little run of them, it's these little juveniles like that. But the kids love catching them. We catch plenty of them, and there's no better lure than the Matrix Mini on a small mini golden eye. And we even during the day, like if I'm playing around these canals, put it on a little beetle spin, you can catch little bass and plenty of, there's some bluegills in here, and just a great all-around bait for any kind of smaller specimen of fish that you're looking for. Look at that Mongolian. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and end it on this mule here. Look at that salad. Oh, all over that line. That's why you want to use a good heavy-duty rod here. This rod here, the Matrix rod, it can do it all. It's got a nice limber tip for when we're trout fishing, bouncing the jigs on the bridge, throwing top waters. But the backbone of this rod, closer to the butt of the rod, is very, very strong and sturdy. That way you can muscle these reds out of this thick grass. Go ahead and close out this episode of Dockside TV using the Matrix swim shad. Most of the reds we saw today were smaller, so we use a small profile bait. But that little swim shad will catch these big bulls, and that's what we've been seeing. It's either 10 to 12 pounders or 18 to 20 inchers. That in-between class is just non-existent right now, but we'll take it. These are a lot of fun to see, but a heck of a workout. Make sure to subscribe to our monthly bait box. Get some of them Matrix minis in this box that we talked about that we're night fishing with, and get some of these swim shads that we're sight fishing these redfish with up in the marshes of Louisiana. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plenty of sight fishing episodes. Make sure to check them all out. And until next time, good fishing, guys. Let's let this puppy go. There she goes, off to sea. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dockside TV.